The sky over Hyderabad was painted with the warm gold of a rising sun when a child named Satya was born on August 19th, 1967. No one in the world knew yet that this child, quiet, observant, curious, would one day lead one of the largest technological empires on Earth. But destiny often hides its heroes in gentle beginnings. Satya was raised in a home where books were abundant and dreams were not restricted. His father, Satya Nadella, a respected IS officer, carried a disciplined air around him. His mother, Prabhavati, a Sanskrit lecturer, filled their home with the soft melody of classical wisdom. The world often says leaders are born, not made. But Satya's story would prove that leaders are shaped by experience, shaped by struggle, shaped by the courage to imagine a world greater than the one they live in. As a child, Satya wasn't loud or exceptionally rebellious. He was curious, and curiosity, when fed with opportunity, becomes destiny. He would often stand on the terrace of his home, staring at the airplanes flying above the city. Other children saw a machine in the sky. Satya saw possibility. He wondered what powered that machine, how it flew, how countless bits of metal and wires came together to defy gravity. He didn't want toys. He wanted answers. He didn't want praise. He wanted understanding. He didn't want to follow. He wanted to explore. In school, Satya was never the top scorer. He wasn't the student teachers pointed to and said, "This boy will be great." He was the student they said, "This boy asks too many questions." But Satya had two great loves, cricket and computers. Cricket taught him how to think as a team, how to lead without shouting, how to stay calm even when defeat was certain. Years later, he would say, "Everything I learned about leadership, I learned from cricket. Not victory, but how to deal with failure." Computers, on the other hand, gave him something deeper, a sense that the world was changing and he could be a part of that change. Whenever he opened a computer, he felt like the universe was speaking to him in a new language, one he was destined to understand. While others saw computers as machines, he saw them as a gateway. A gateway to what? He did not know yet, but he was willing to walk through it. Like many Indian teenagers, Satya faced the big question, what should I become? His father dreamt he would become a brilliant economist or a government official like him. But Satya had a different calling. He chose electrical engineering, joining Manipal Institute of Technology. It wasn't a glamorous choice then. Computers were still fairly new in India. But Satya wasn't looking for glamour. He was looking for purpose. In college, Satya wasn't the loud, social type. He was calm. He was observant. He was determined. He had an unusual habit. He would sit alone beneath a tree outside the library, reading books that were far beyond the syllabus. He wasn't reading to score more marks. He was reading to understand the future. A professor once told him, "You think differently, Satya. It will take you somewhere greater than this campus." The professor was right. After completing engineering, Satya packed his bags and left for America to pursue a master's degree in computer science at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. This wasn't just a geographical shift. It was the beginning of a spiritual transformation. America in the early 90s was buzzing with technological energy. The world was changing faster than ever. The internet was coming alive. Software was beginning to dream. People were building ideas that could reshape humanity. And in that environment, Satya found himself at home. He worked hard, but more importantly, he worked smart. His professors admired how deeply he understood systems, not just technically, but emotionally. He understood how computers could help people. He could see what others couldn't. By the time he completed his degree, Satya knew one thing for certain. I don't want to just write code. I want to shape the future. Fresh out of college, Satya received job offers from multiple companies. But one name stood out, Microsoft. At the time, Microsoft was already a tech giant, a dream employer for engineers. But Satya didn't join because it was famous. He joined because it aligned with his purpose. He believed software could empower the world. Microsoft believed the same. When Satya walked into the Redmond campus for the first time, he felt like he was stepping into the future. He didn't know it then, but this place would become his life's battlefield, and someday he would rise as the commander. When Satya joined Microsoft in 1992, he wasn't the bold type who walked in with swagger. He wasn't loud, or sharp-tongued, or showy. He was gentle. He listened more than he spoke. He absorbed more than he displayed. Yet, something remarkable happened. People started noticing him. Not because of what he said, but because of how he thought. Microsoft was full of brilliant minds, bursting with talent, speed, and ambition. But Satya had a different quality. He had empathy. He didn't just understand systems. He understood people. He didn't just solve problems. He solved the right problems. He didn't just work hard. He worked with clarity. Slowly, project by project, he began climbing. Not because he demanded opportunities, but because he created value. He worked on Windows NT. He contributed to cloud systems. He shaped key enterprise projects. He became known as the leader who didn't lead from above, but from within. Microsoft was a company built by legends. But in a quiet corner of the headquarters, a soft-spoken engineer from Hyderabad was carving a completely different kind of legacy. While Satya was building his career in the US, his personal life was also transforming beautifully. He married Anupama, his childhood friend from Hyderabad. She was warm, grounded, and full of courage. Everything Satya needed as a lifelong partner. She supported him not because he was at Microsoft, but because she believed in his heart. Soon, the couple had their first child, Zain, a baby boy born with cerebral palsy. This moment changed Satya's life in a deeper way than any promotion ever could. He said in his book, "Becoming a father of a special needs child reshaped me as a human being. Instead of sorrow, he chose responsibility. Instead of asking, 'Why me?' he asked, 'How can I help my son live fully?' This emotional awakening made him a better leader, a more patient human, a more empathetic soul. He realized that technology is not about machines. It is about people. This realization would later become the foundation of everything he did as CEO. Microsoft was slowly changing. The world was shifting toward new forms of software, AI, cloud computing, intelligent systems. But many tech giants didn't fully understand how massive the cloud revolution would be. Satya did. He saw the cloud not as a product, but as a rebirth, a way for Microsoft to rise again, stronger than ever. He led the Azure project, a massive, complex global transformation that few believed in at first. People were skeptical. Cloud was too risky, too big, too different. But Satya had one powerful trait. He could see where the world was going before the world knew it. Azure grew, then accelerated, then exploded. Under Satya's leadership, Microsoft became a cloud powerhouse. His teams admired him, not because he controlled them, but because he empowered them. He didn't say, "Do as I say." He said, "Let's build this together." And slowly, a whisper began floating through the hallways of Redmond. Satya might be the next CEO, but no one knew for sure. Not even Satya. By 2013, Microsoft was struggling. The world had changed. Apple dominated the phone era. Google ruled search. Amazon led cloud innovation. Microsoft felt like a sleeping giant. Strong but slow. Powerful but directionless. Internally, the company was divided. Teams fought, leaders disagreed, innovation seemed stuck. Then, the unexpected happened. Steve Ballmer announced he would step down as CEO. Microsoft needed someone who understood technology deeply, someone who could heal the culture, someone who could unify the company, someone who could take Microsoft into the future. Within the boardroom, one name kept coming up, Satya Nadella. On February 4th, 2014, Satya Nadella became the third CEO of Microsoft. He wasn't the loudest candidate. He wasn't the most aggressive. He wasn't from a traditional CEO mold. But he had something more powerful: vision, empathy, clarity, courage. The Microsoft he inherited was massive: 100,000 employees, billions in revenue, and projects all over the world. But it was lost. And Satya, this quiet engineer who once sat under a tree reading books about the future, was now responsible for turning the entire company around. Yet he didn't panic. He didn't rush. He didn't change everything at once. Instead, he asked one simple question: who are we, and who do we want to become? He brought back the soul of Microsoft, not through aggression, but through humility. Not through pressure, but through purpose. Not through control, but through collaboration. He pushed 3 big ideas. 1. Cloud-first, mobile-first world. 2. Empathy as strength. 3. Growth mindset over fixed mindset. And just like that, Microsoft began to rise again. Under Satya's leadership, Microsoft rebuilt Windows. Azure became one of the most powerful cloud platforms on Earth. Office shifted to cloud subscription. LinkedIn and GitHub were acquired. i.e., innovation accelerated. Teams was launched. Microsoft's market value crossed $1 trillion, then $2 trillion, and kept rising. It wasn't magic. It was mindset. Satya didn't lead with fear. He led with curiosity, the same curiosity he had as a young boy staring at planes in the Hyderabad sky. People often asked, how did a quiet man from India change Microsoft? The answer is simple. He believed in people. He believed in empathy. He believed in possibility. Satya Nadella didn't transform Microsoft by telling people what to do. He transformed it by reminding them who they could become. He turned conflict into cooperation. He turned stagnation into innovation. He turned fear into courage. Satya Nadella's story is not just the story of a CEO. It is the story of a boy who dared to imagine, a young dreamer who chose curiosity over conformity, a father who turned pain into purpose, a leader who transformed vulnerability into strength, a human who proved that greatness is not loud, it is profound. The key to life is empathy, because only when you feel what others feel can you truly lead. Today, when people talk about Satya, they don't just talk about technology, they talk about humanity. When Satya sat in the CEO chair for the first time, he felt the weight of the entire company pressing onto him. Microsoft wasn't broken, it was wounded. It needed healing more than strategy. It needed unity more than updates. And Satya knew exactly how to bring it back to life. Instead of dictating rules or firing people, he did something extremely rare for a top leader. He listened. He asked employees, what frustrates you? What excites you? What do you dream Microsoft can become? People were shocked. A CEO who listens? A CEO who doesn't pretend to know everything? A CEO who wants to understand before acting? This was new. This was fresh. This was leadership reborn. Satya introduced one idea that would transform Microsoft forever: the growth mindset. He said, don't be a know-it-all, be a learn-it-all. Teams that were once competitive became collaborative. Divisions that once fought for credit now worked for impact. Confidence returned. Energy returned. Purpose returned. Microsoft wasn't just making money again, it was finding itself again. Every era in technology is defined by someone's vision. The PC era? Bill Gates. The search era? Google. The smartphone era? Apple. And now, the cloud era became synonymous with Satya Nadella. Under him, Azure didn't just grow, it exploded into one of the biggest cloud platforms in the world. Companies that once ignored Microsoft were now rushing to partner with it. Developers who once preferred open source alternatives now embraced GitHub after Microsoft acquired it and kept it open for all. Businesses that once relied solely on physical servers now trusted Azure to power their operations. Satya didn't build products. He built the future. A CEO is often judged by numbers, but Satya was judged by something deeper: transformation. People who worked with him said, Satya didn't bring a harder Microsoft. He brought a kinder Microsoft. In that kindness, he brought power. In that empathy, he brought innovation. In that humility, he brought greatness. He reduced internal divisions. He changed rigid mindsets. He encouraged risk-taking. He revived research. He reignited imagination. Projects that were half dead came back to life. Employees who felt trapped began to dream again. Microsoft wasn't just a company anymore. It was becoming a movement. The world watched as Microsoft rose from a sleeping giant to a global force again. Stock prices soared. Investor confidence surged. Employees walked with pride. The magic was back, and it came from the most unlikely place. A soft-spoken engineer from Hyderabad who believed in humanity more than hierarchy. Behind the global recognition and billion-dollar deals, Satya was still a simple man at heart. He spent his weekends with his children. He loved watching cricket. He read poetry. He listened to Bollywood music. He enjoyed philosophy. And above all, he remained deeply connected to his family. Caring for his son, Zain, taught him patience others could never imagine. It taught him compassion. It taught him acceptance. He once said, "My son has taught me more than any book, any university, any job ever could." This emotional maturity made him a rare kind of CEO, one who led with heart, not just intellect. He didn't push people to perform. He inspired them to perform. He didn't motivate with fear. He motivated with meaning. He didn't force results. He nurtured them. People who worked with Satya often said, "He makes you want to do your best, not because he demands it, but because he believes you can." Such leaders are born once in generations. Soon, Satya became one of the most respected leaders on the planet. Not because he was rich, not because he was powerful, but because he was genuine. He was invited to speak at global conferences. He was celebrated as a visionary. He was honored by countries, universities, institutions. But Satya wasn't chasing fame. He was chasing impact. He supported global education. He invested in accessibility. He encouraged inclusive technology for people with disabilities. His leadership values came from his roots: humility from India, curiosity from engineering, empathy from family, confidence from experience, purpose from hardship. Just when the world thought Microsoft had reached its peak, Satya began preparing for the next wave: artificial intelligence. He partnered with AI research leaders, invested in next-generation models, and pushed Microsoft into a new era of intelligent computing. Under him, Microsoft wasn't just adapting to the future, it was creating it. He believed AI is not here to replace people, it is here to empower them. And with that mindset, he positioned Microsoft as a pioneer in the AI movement. The cloud era was Satya's masterpiece. The AI era would become his legacy. The world watched. Leaders watched, innovators watched, and through it all, Satya remained humble, curious, and empathetic. He didn't chase headlines, he chased progress. He didn't just influence Microsoft, he influenced the industry, the global tech landscape, and the philosophy of leadership itself. His influence extended beyond corporate walls. Governments, institutions, and NGOs looked to Satya for insights on technology with purpose, ethical AI, and inclusive innovation. Satya's empathy wasn't just a personal trait. It became a business strategy. Listening, understanding, and caring transformed teams and the culture at Microsoft. Awards and accolades followed, but Satya measured success by the impact on people, communities, and technology's potential to improve lives. At home, he remained a father first, reading to Zain, playing with his children, and sharing quiet, meaningful moments with Anupama. At work, he facilitated interactive workshops, shared the growth mindset, and fostered a culture of continuous learning and collaboration. He pushed ethical AI initiatives, ensuring Microsoft's innovations aligned with humanity's best interests. Milestones like Microsoft reaching $1 trillion market value reflected both business acumen and the power of leadership with empathy. He continued sharing vision at international forums, inspiring future leaders to dream big and lead with purpose. Yet, family remained grounding. Walks in parks, playful cricket sessions with children, and simple home life kept Satya balanced. Satya planned Microsoft's next steps in AI with foresight, collaborating with teams, and reviewing futuristic strategies with precision and care. Now, standing on a terrace, looking at the sky like he once did as a child, Satya reflected on a journey defined by curiosity, empathy, and purpose. He proved that greatness is quiet, profound, and human. A boy from Hyderabad had truly turned the sky into possibility.
Thanks for watching this inspiring journey. If you want more stories that spark motivation and growth, make sure you subscribe to this channel.